Hi, this is Jerome Abalos from Death by Stereo and SolarBros.com, and you are watching Channa 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 podcast.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of my podcast. We have very special guest today joining all the way from Manila. We got Mr. Jerome Abalos joining the podcast. Hi Jerome.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome here at Channa 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 podcast. Yeah, it's,
So
it's a pleasure.
how's how's your afternoon, Jerome?
It's okay. It's kind of cold because it's rainy. So I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I mean the rain kind of stopped today. It's good, right?
Yeah, but it's still going on. But it's still cloudy outside. That's why it's
R-
cold, and the temperature is changing again. So I got some colds right now.
Right, right.
Okay.
So normally, I mean, you I know that you are one of the the busiest musicians in Manila, right? Because you play like every night, and your band, I see so many posts, and you're very active. So
Yes, sir.
how's the week so far?
Actually, it's an irregular week because there's some cancellations and some reschedulings, and we just had two gigs last week, which is from Resorts World or the Newport, and also Winford, and the
Mm,
rest of the week we're just having a rehearsal and doing some stuff, doing some
right,
new songs, new repertoire, something like that.
right. So
Uh,
Jerome, I noticed that after this, the last 2 years, which was a
mm,
hard for everybody. After this sort of now that we are sort of trying to manage going out of the pandemic, I see there's a big boom in the local music scene, right? There's a lot of gigs happening, a lot of
yeah,
everywhere.
it's
Uh,
really healthy right now. I'm
yeah,
really happy about it because we've been locked up for almost 3 years or 2.5 years, and now everybody's having fun, and everybody's going out and seeing some concerts, especially in this big events that they're creating right now. I am really happy. And I saw a lot of provincial shows right now, so it's really good. Feeling
yeah,
okay.
yeah, and there's a big boom of the local bands, right? Coming up with a lot of gigs
Yes. Yeah,
compared
it
to
is.
before.
And some of the musicians are going back in the business, and the you know it's really really getting healthy nowadays, and I'm happy about it.
Right. So, Jerome, how did the pandemic affected you personally?
Oh my god, that's a dollar question. $1 million question.
Right.
It really affects us so much, as a working musician. um we are lost in space during that time because we don't know where to get an income, and you know we're so troubled and depressed because the economy dived down into very very low situation, and musicians 2 years ago were just uh you know what can I call this? They were neglected actually
Mm,
during this pandemic because they always think that we have money. A lot of us just have savings, and even the government didn't give us anything or in any support. So I'm so I'm so angry, and I don't know what to do. I'm going crazy that time. So
right.
it really affects even the musicianship is very low because low self-esteem, no inspiration, and you just watch the TV, watching the death tolls every day, hearing some bad news. Oh my God, it's really killing you. Actually,
Mm,
it's more of a psychological attack for me.
right. And I remember like a lot of like the government was saying musicians are not like an essential service, but what,
Yes, that's the point.
right? Yeah,
You also
but
heard that.
right. But what I felt is that if there's no music and arts, and what's the purpose of living actually, right?
Yeah. Actually, I was trying to challenge them not to use music during their campaigns, but
Mm,
I don't want to say anything with my co-musicians that appearing on those campaigns. But these people are also using music after all.
mm,
And I don't know when it's gonna stop. I mean, these musicians have no pride at all because they need money, and they need to survive because of the catastrophe of 2 years, and they're really biting the bullet, even though it hurts. That these people in the government doesn't have any care at all. So it's really ridiculous and so turn off. And now here we go. They're back in their they're back in their feet again. Oh
right.
my god. Some
but
things
but
never change.
did you see during the pandemic, did you like personally recognize some things? Did you see some opportunities or
Well, yes.
any?
Actually, I converted it into something very useful. Just like we recorded a lot of videos back then and released it in our YouTube channel and tried some live streaming. It really helps us to say that we're still here, we're still doing music, even though we have catastrophe and everything. And it's a big opportunity for our YouTube channel to grow. Actually, we already had a silver button in our channel, and we're happy about it because even though we have a negative situations going on,
Mm,
music still continues and give us a living. And and I'm so happy because there's a lot of good people around the world who is helping each other and who really understand musicians situation. They're giving help, sending some help through their PayPal and bank accounts, and also sending us some packages. We are happy about that, and I think it's a blessing in disguise actually to our YouTube channel and to our social media.
right. So Jerome, I'm glad that I was able to get connected with you. I remember
Oh,
early this year, I think around Feb, I think I visited your one of your performances in Hard Rock. That's where we got connected.
yes,
And
yes, yes, it is.
one thing I like about you is that you're so versatile, that because sometimes the musicians in the Philippines, they're very popular mainstream artists or they're underground artists, like but you kind of bridge the gap because you are so popular in the mainstream as well, but you also known for like Death by Stereo and all the metal underground people loves you as well. So you're kind of bridging that gap, right?
Yes, that's the goal actually. I'm trying to eliminate this genre thing,
Right.
which is I think some of the musicians in other parts of the world are doing it and trying to experiment everything. Maybe my big example is Dream Theater. They're covering some stuff from the past and so
Mm,
versatile. So I mean, music has no boundaries actually. That's what I'm
right.
trying to say. If you
Yeah.
really can do it, I think there's no reason why you cannot diverse into another genre or do some stuff that very far from your genre. So something like that.
Yeah, because I always say life is too short, so why stick to one genre, right?
Yes, that's that's correct actually.
Right. I mean, as you see, like I go to a lot of different gigs. I go to metal, I go to pop, and
Yes.
I try to you know try to understand that, because I'm also more about the music as well. I'm also interested about the culture behind the music. About
Yes,
the
that's true.
fans, how things work in different kind of genres. So it's really fascinating. I don't think that we should just stick to one genre, because there's so much good music in the world, right?
Yes, and also I think it's gonna it's gonna create a big community if we just fuse with each other, But
Hmm.
sadly, here in the Philippines, they have this faction of if you just play this kind of genre, just stick there, and you cannot play anything.
Mm.
So that's one of my problems here because they're not open with any possibilities of uh, you know having another kind of music. When you saw when you associate this artist in this kind of music, you just say that he's a singer from that kind of genre only. But
Right.
I'm trying to bridge the gap, but some of the people cannot understand it, and they're saying that I am selling out. I
Right.
don't know. I don't know to them. Uh, what I'm trying to say is, if you can't do it, don't do it, right? But
Right.
I think I think in some ways I can deliver it good. So I don't know what's the point of telling me I'm selling out. Uh, I've been doing this since year 2000 when I left the band scene when I go solo,
Mm.
and I dived down to into a most uh, uh, deeper part of the pop, and that's the pop rock genre with my solo stint.
Mm.
And some of the underground fans are so, so angry what I have done, because they're saying that you should stick with your guns to Death by Stereo, because you're a trash metal outfit in the Philippines, and then here you are singing Larawang Kupas, something like that. So
Right.
I really cannot dig it. Why they're putting some barriers about music. So I don't know.
Right.
I'm still educating people day by day that hey, wake up. Some of the international friends are digging this, that I can do a lot of things in my music career. Why don't you listen to us? Something like that.
Right. Right. So, Jerome, we'll talk about the bands later, a little bit about the bands, but let's talk about a little bit about your childhood. What's your
Mm.
earliest memory of music?
Oh my God, that's that's very memorable. Actually, in my elementary stage, my eldest brother taught me how to sing and how to correct my pitch and everything. He taught me a lot of things in music. uh I've been singing Beatles and a lot of stuff back then,
Mm.
and that was one of my biggest foundation in music. Beatles actually is the biggest foundation of a lot of artists, even in the metal scene. Really
Right.
cannot deny it. So that's one thing, and then the other one is I won a contest during my grade six, my sixth grade. So I won this fiesta contest. They have this karaoke thing going on, and
Mm.
randomly they're gonna pick up who's going to sing, and I presented myself. Yeah, I can join that, and then eventually I won. I won the prize of 50 pesos. back in the day.
Right.
So that was the humble beginnings of my music career when I was a child.
Right. So, when did you realize you want to actually pursue music?
In high school, when new wave is dominating the scene, I really don't sing new wave at all.
Mm.
In back in the day, uh, I really don't feel it, but I know new wave is a good music also, and also it's part of my repertoire right now because
Right.
I need to be versatile in my music career. But back in the day, in my high school days, I really neglected new wave, and then when I heard this thing, uh, I think that's Welcome to the Jungle. It was airplayed back in 1989 in one of the radio stations in the Philippines. So when I heard that music, I got interested.
Mm.
This is some kind of different kind of thing. It's the voice is so challenging, and it's really unique. It's compared with this dominating new wave scene that time. I was so amazed with this heavy rips of the guitars, and the uniqueness of the voice of Axl Rose, and so on and so forth. And then another thing, I heard Skid Row played also. I remember you, and Warrant.
Mm.
During that time, that was the foundation of heavy music back in the day in the Philippines. It was all started in a slow ballad before they played those heavier stuffs uh, in 2000. So, I mean, uh, I really get hooked with the music with this genre, the metal genre actually. So it's a really big influence for me. And then I start collecting a lot of stuff like from glam to thrash to death
Mm.
and to everything, and it goes on and on. I first started collecting with the cassettes, and then I turned it to CD, and then now it's in MP3 in my iPad. I got 4 iPads with all of my collections, and still listening to everything that they are going to release. Especially
Mm.
now, I'm listening to Megadeth.
The
One of
new
my
album. Have
yes,
you heard the new album?
yes, the sick and the sick, the dying, and the dead.
Right.
Well, it was so awesome, still kicking ass. Megadeth is Megadeth. We can't, I cannot do something about it.
Right.
So that's where I started actually when I got into music. It's all metal.
I always wonder, like Megadeth, what happened if Dave Mustaine didn't leave Metallica? He wouldn't be that successful, I guess, right?
Yes, yes. Maybe it's really destined to be,
Right.
so that there will be a growth and a progress in music. Because if you just stick in Metallica, I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe there will there will be another monster hits or something, or but
Mm.
I think it's God's decision. It's really meant to be that
Right.
it's going to form Megadeth, and it's now. Nobody knows back then that's gonna be big time. Now they're so big. I cannot compare them with Metallica. Metallica is a given thing. You know,
Mm.
it's one of the heaviest band in the world and the most popular heavy metal band in the world. I know, but you cannot just say Megadeth is just second or something. It's all
It's it,
fair.
it's a totally different thing with Megadeth, right?
Yes, of course. It's more technical. No, never compromises. I don't. It compromises a little bit in the Risk album, but still you can hear the distinctive sound of Mustaine. Especially the guitar riffs. Of course, the voice.
The voice is so recognizable and iconic, right? You know that it's
Yes,
Megadeth when it's Dave Mustaine. And the other thing I like about is the songwriting, because his songs and the themes of his songs is like he sees the world as is, like he
yes.
he sees the world, right? So
He's
even
like a
this new
messiah.
album, yeah, that's right. So the new album, and I think even before this, the End Games and Dystopia and all these albums, that he was actually talking about what's going to happen and what's sort of happening, right?
Yeah. You
uh,
know, I am biased with metal, because I see them as a prophet, and it's like Nostradamus, something like that.
right,
They see
right,
the future. It's
yeah,
all written in the metal albums. What's happening right now? It's all written in the back albums back in the 90s, right?
correct,
So
correct. Actually,
they already give us a hint.
yeah, if you look at also the album covers, right, you would
Yeah.
probably see like what what's happening.
They
So
predicted it.
yeah, so Jerome, tell me about this coming to Death by Stereo. So how did that Death by Stereo happen?
Well, back in the 90s, there's a lot of bands in the music scene here in the Philippines. So uh, it's really hard to get a label back then. And then our original name before Death by Stereo is Rawhide, because we play glam rock like Poison, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, something like that. And there's this recording company who's so interested with our band, and told us that if we can change the genre, we will be signed. We'll be signed up on that label. So uh, when I saw this guy who's recruiting us to his label, when he showed me what to do, I was so happy, because he asked me to go to his car, And when he opened the trunk of his car, he said, "This is what I want you to do." He opened the trunk and I saw Pantera, Metallica. Oh my God, this is what I want. Actually,
Right.
yes, let's do it. And then the rest is history. And then we recorded back in '94, and it became platinum. Yeah, and I think we are the first technical band back then, because if you can listen to the first album, I can listen to that. It's in my YouTube channel. It's in
Right.
so if you can listen to that back in the day, it's advanced. The music is so advanced, and the guitar playing is so advanced back then. So I think I really can claim that we are one of the pioneers of progressive rock here in the Philippines, or progressive metal, because some of the things written in the first album is technically undisputed until this very moment. So a lot
Right.
of guitar players right now is still recognizing this first album, and they're telling me every time that the first album kicks ass. I played this song, I played this one. Your guitar players were so good, and we influence a lot of guitar players of today, and that's my point of view. I don't know to the others if they believe on that, but in my point of view, there's a lot of people we influence in this scene. So
Right. The self-titled album, right? It's a self-titled
yes, the
1994,
self-titled
right?
album.
So
Yes.
I actually listened to that on your YouTube channel. You have the
Mm.
stream, right? So there's
Yes,
this
yes.
one actually you have a song called Maniakis, right?
Yes, it is a story about this old fart who tried to rape little kids, something like that. It
Right.
was written by my guitar player Aaron Dignos, the virtuoso Aaron Dignos. So this is his wild imaginations of what these people do. Okay, because
Right.
back in the day, there's a lot of maniacs already.
Right.
So
But what I actually listened to all three albums. So you have another one in 1996, and then you send me the Resurrection album as well, right? So
yes,
the first one I felt that it's more raw and it's more punkier. The first
yes,
one was more punk, and then you're slowly moving into that sort of progressive, and then I think the last album is more of even going towards the death metal kind of idea,
yeah.
right? Right.
Actually, we try to do every now and then we'll try to progress. We don't want just to stick on that kind of music in the first album.
Mm.
In the second album, we're trying to progress more technically. So they decided to put more technical stuff there, and then you know, uh, and move forward to a much more dream theaterish thing back in the day. So that's what they
Right.
did, and then well, we got defunct in '96. So uh, I created another band. So let's talk about it later. Let's just stick to Death by Stereo.
Right. Um, uh, Jerome, there is another album that I was able to see on your YouTube channel, which is Majesty in the
Yes,
court of. Which there was this one song called Huling Pagtulog, I think
Pagtulog.
it's
Yes.
Tulog, and I, I really love that song. Tell me about that band or that project. What's that?
Oh, yes, yes. Uh, that was my next band after Death by Stereo. It's
Mm,
also in a major label in the Philippines. So I released it in under Ivory Records back in the day.
right.
Uh, Actually, somehow I can call it's my Megadeth. It's my rebel band back in the day, because when we get defunct in Death by, I I told myself that I'm gonna do much more technical band after this. So I'm so lucky to recruit a lot of good musicians, especially Sander Leonen, the bass player of Rumble Belly, and the guitar player, the guitar prodigy that time, Sir Albert Montenalo, who plays with Fusebox and
Mm,
Timelight Panorama, and also played on that album. That's his debut album, actually. It's Majesty. and I got this drummer, the very versatile drummer, Paulo Manuel, who's playing right now with Rico Blanco and a lot of people in the pop rock scene. And also, I've heard that he played also with Kyla, and so versatile. I mean, Paulo is so versatile compared to each and every one of us. I'm so happy that we created something progressive during that time, and with keyboard oriented band and a keyboard oriented band. We recruited a keyboardist, a session keyboardist who do a little bit of Kevin Moore style on that album, and we tried to fuse power and prog
Mm.
on that Majesty album, because if you'll notice, there are some power elements on it, but and the orchestration, some kind. I'm in my imagination, I'm trying to combine uh DT with Sabotage that time.
Right.
So,
And you know that Dream Theater was actually called Majesty before, right? Before
yes,
they
yes,
changed
it
the
was the right.
name.
It was the right from that actually. When they when they dropped the name, we thought that, oh, it's a good name. We just pick it up. It's a Filipino version of this.
Right. So Jerome, I actually I saw this. I think I sent you this before.
Mhm.
This was you guys,
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This is the second generation of Death by Stereo.
right?
Okay,
This is
so
this is around 2004, I think.
2004. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That was the first period when we're trying to recreate the third album. Or I'm trying to create the third album,
Right.
Resurrection.
Um,
So
I think I've seen that by stereo. You guys performed in Dututan, I think 2015, if I'm
yeah,
right. Right.
2013 and 2015.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, we played there. I used the name, but without the original members and the other members in the second album. I
right.
just used the name because we were forced to use the name because in Dututan, before you can enter that, you should have this track record already that
Right.
you are a recording artist way back on. It's really they really need to have the sellability of the band. So we use that by. But I was carrying the Dark Orchestra band back then. Okay, so that what happened in Dututan. But
So
in Pop SummerSlam 2004 and 2007, it was the second generation Death by Stereo
right.
who recorded in Resurrection.
Right. So Jerome, you also have I think you mentioned the name Jerome Abalos Dark Orchestra. You actually had a black album, right?
Yes. It's actually it's a back-to-back album. It's the other side is Liwanag, which is in Tagalog. Liwanag is light, and the other one is black. So I'm trying to fuse the culture there. In the Liwanag album, in my Dark Orchestra, it's all original. Some of the Tagalog stuff, the Filipino stuff there is recorded there, and then in the black album, it's all cover.
All right.
So if you can just check, you can check it out in my YouTube channel. Actually, I also put it there, and I'm trying to experiment. And again, here I am again, and trying to fuse everything in one place. I'm trying to I'm trying to unite people from the other side, from the pop side and the metal side. So that's my
Right.
goal actually.
Uh,
Since I was a musician, I'm always trying everything to fuse everybody in one circle. So if you'll notice right now, I'm doing it live because I'm catering a lot of I'm catering different walks of life in my shows.
mm,
So hope that maybe soon it will be effective, and I can unite everybody in the scene. There's this punk people watching, and there's this heavy metal people watching, and there's this pop people watching, together in one room. That's
Mm,
actually my goal, so that we can create a big crowd for for the music scene. That's really one of the fabulous things that's going to happen if if God will allow us. That we set aside these barriers,
right.
because I really think barriers is not good for the scene, because the scene is dying, because a lot of people are just downloading the music and never buying it,
Mm,
and then they just think that they're so entitled that I can just browse down YouTube, I can just buy Spotify access, and then uh I think today people are not giving value with music. That's why if they're not buying it in the platforms, maybe I can do it in person. Just like
right.
doing live gigs, performing. So try to encourage them over and over again to support what you're hearing, support the language of your soul, support
Yeah.
support the poets. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, streaming platforms are good, but the artists doesn't get really a good benefit out of them, right? Or only
Yes.
just like probably just exposure, because the streaming platform doesn't really pay that much, right, for streams.
Yes, yes, yes. And you really cannot detect if they're, cheating you or
Mm,
not.
correct. So the only way the artist can really earn is through live shows and selling merch
Yes.
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one thing I realized now. There's a lot of there's a lot of managers and show what you call this, handlers right now, who's trying to gather a lot of artists, because they know that especially the record labels are also handling artists right now,
Mm,
because they think that there's more money on it than selling records. So this recording companies right now is uh releasing and handling the art, releasing the albums of the artist and handling the artist at the same time, so that they get two benefits.
right, right. So I think the band. I mean, the last time I saw you in, I think I saw you twice already. So this the band is with your sort of your family band, solabros.com, right?
Yeah.
So Jerome, one thing I really loved is that the places you play are very classy places, and that you can have a very good time when you go in. And
Yes.
I really like going there. And so tell me about the solabros.com.
It all started back in 2016 when the Dark Orchestra band was defunct.
Mm,
It's really a bad story. So this kids of mine just think that, daddy, maybe we can help you out with this, even though they're not yet ready. Huh? During that
mm,
time, they're really in the process of learning their guitars, learning their drums, and everything. They're you cannot tell that they can play. Okay, so I truly believe that if you are really willing and able, I know you can do wonders. After 6 months of rehearsing and practicing every day, we already got a gigs after
mm,
6 months with this Solar Bros outfit from scratch. Huh? Even even in Wish, they were just starting when we released the Larawang Kupas in Wish. So
right.
I am so amazed and confused at the same time that this kids of mine is really talented and exceptional, as I say, because I know a lot of kids who's learning their instruments. They got matured when they played it every day, at least 2 years, right? But in my kids, I just wonder, in 6 months we already can play gigs, and we can I can
Right.
sell them already. So it's a kind of miracle, but at the same time, it's I really think that it really runs in the blood. They absorb what I have. They absorb what I gave them. I mean, my source of living is music, so I know they inhabit it and and inherit it with me.
Yeah,
So
and I saw one of these one of your interviews with Solar Bros. I think it's one of these TV interviews,
yeah,
and I think that was like in 2017. So they were like 14 years old, 16 years old.
yes,
Yeah, right. So they were still already playing.
yeah. Shane back then is 14, the drummer, and Zachary is 16,
Mm,
and my eldest is 18. All right, 18 or 19.
mm.
Yeah, it's so
That-
funny, because they still have this fear of going on camera. That's why I told them when we were rehearsing back in the day, this is your chance. Don't miss this. So you should rehearse and focus. And then here we go. Not bad. That's what you can hear on that TV promo. The recording was not bad, and it went well.
mm,
So after that, it gives me a big gut that oh, we are progressing. Let's continuously practice and gather more stuff, and let's do this. Let's do this variety thing. So that's why we played a lot of genres, because it's one of their training that
mm.
they will know the foundations and the different kinds of treatments in music. Because if I'll just tell them to play metal only, they will never be versatile.
Right.
So maybe that's the trick actually. If some of the musicians and the musicians' children is listening right now, that's the biggest trick. Try try to play a lot of stuff. Don't stick with your genre only. That's what I did with Solo Bros.
Right. Because I mean they have achieved a lot already by their age, and then I mean comparing, what do you think, like when you were that age, were you
Oh,
that
not yet. Maybe maybe it's because of the influence of the parents.
right?
Because my parents is a corporate type, so nobody influences me, nobody pushes me.
Mm,
So it's a different thing with the solo bros, because somehow I push them to be better and to do their stuff decently. So there's a big factor of parenting here. So that's what I can say. If you are willing to have the best musicians in the world, you should support and encourage your children to play hard and play well.
mm,
Because if there's a doubt in your heart, no, just put it there. Go to your books. Go to your just study hard with your academics. They will never progress. I actually reversed it. I
mm.
didn't say that education is not uh it's not important, but I told them, if there's this project that we're rehearsing right now, you focus on that. I told them that study can wait, especially nowadays that it's online.
Mm.
So you focus on your skills, because it's a different thing. You cannot buy it. You cannot just enroll it in school and then after enrolling, you're virtuoso now. So I think it's really reversing right now. Even in other countries, I saw a lot of children who really plays well in their early stage, and especially I can mention a band called Lilac. This family band in the U.S. They're
Yeah,
all
I've seen that.
they're already touring the U.S. Because I truly believe their parents supported them. Diba?
Right.
I mean, if you will just give full support in your children or in your kid, they will progress into you know a best artist or a best musician in the world. That's what
Right.
I can say.
Jerome, hard question. How do you manage, because their father, and also you're also kind of like their manager as well, in a way, like you're also sort of coaching them. How do you keep the balance, like, they also have fun doing it, and they don't have too much fun, in rock and roll can be it can go, how do you manage that?
Well, um, I just told them that let's get serious in this music career that we have.
Mm,
Uh, I am a father all the way. I will provide you with everything that you need. I am here to support everything that you want. But when we are in music, you should focus everything in music because this is our biggest priority right now. This is the one who's helping us to continue with our lives and also your lives in the future. If you have a career, if you get your success, this will gonna give you a livelihood. Actually, that's what I'm
mm,
telling them. Because uh, for me, in academies, in regular schooling, it's always a gamble. If you graduate in college 4-year course, it's never a guarantee that you'll get a good job or you get rich easily. That's a fact.
mm,
But in music, if you are really talented and have this, this magic, in few years time, maybe you can achieve a lot of things. You can have a lot of uh you call this. You can have a lot of wealth in your bank and everything.
right.
Uh, so that's what I'm telling the new generations of today. Let your kids be. I mean,
Mm,
by guiding them also to their likes and needs. Actually, always ask my children if they really wanted to be a musician. All of the time, I have this checkup question with them, and hey, I'm always asking them, are you still willing to do this? And they will say yes.
mm,
If it is a yes, do everything that you can. Give all your best because this is a continuous form. This is a continuous process. You cannot just stay there playing with your abilities back in 2017. You need to progress day by day.
mm,
Mm, that's what I'm telling them.
right.
So I'm also associating it with this other degree that people is having right now. If you're an engineer, be a master of that. Study hard, no, know all your no, know all the knowledge from that field. Okay, so it's just that we are in the music business. That's why this is the approach that I'm telling them. But this is applicable to each and every career that they have. I'm not
Right.
saying that it's just for music. So
I think wonderful thing you said that is that what you do is music business, because I think a lot of musicians forget that it's a business, right?
yeah, they really forget. They don't think about the overheads that they did, the expenses from the
Mm,
start. They bought their guitars, effects, and everything. It all started in this word called hobby. When they reach the peak of their musicianship, they'll try to sell their music and sell their talent, right?
mm,
So it's a business. You're also investing. If you don't invest with your business, or for example, you're a guitar player but you don't have your own guitar, you're not serious with that. So if you're serious with that, if you're serious with your craft, you really should invest, buy good guitars, buy good effects, and and a lot of things. So you're investing also in this music business. It's not all playing. It's not all copying songs. You're also investing because you cannot just get this for free, especially the guitars, the drumsticks, the drum sets, and etc. The keyboards. You cannot just get this for free. So you're investing, and then you're waiting for your ROI
mm,
after that. So it's something like
right.
that.
So Jerome, now that the world is kind of opening up, things are slowly opening up. So what are you looking forward to rest of the year and next year?
Well, hopefully there's a lot of gigs and a lot of bars we're gonna open, and hoping that we can write good materials for Solo Bros,
Hmm.
and uh, wishing that we can write a palatable materials for the new generation, because it's really hard to compete right now.
Hmm.
Even the veteran bands like the old Slapshot are writing new songs right now, and they're trying to penetrate the new crowd. Hope that they will succeed with that, with their new singer.
Hmm.
So I think the problem right now is people have no what you call this, they have no efforts of looking for good records and listening to all of your music, because it's all available online. you know that's the baddest thing that happened in the music industry, because you can just find it online, unlike before when we were collecting CDs, cassettes, and LPs. We are really hunting for that. We're trying to check all the stores if they have this album or something like that. There is this effort. The thrill of the hunt is gone right
Right.
now.
Right.
Uh, so hope that it will progress into another kind, even if it is online. And I don't know. It's really hard to tell how to do it right now. But for us, we'll just continue doing music and write some stuff. Try everything. Well, we're just gonna continue and never stop until
Right.
we get there.
So Jerome, if somebody wants to see you perform live with Solar Bros, can you tell where you perform normally?
Right now, every Mondays we are playing at the new name of Resorts World Manila. It's in Newport Worlds, because uh, every Mondays at 10 p.m. And then every Tuesdays we're playing at Winford Resorts in San Lazaro, Sampaloc, Manila. And then Thursdays, on and off, we play at Hard Rock Cafe Makati, and also in MOA we are playing in Roadhouse Manila Bay every Saturday. Not every Saturdays, uh, by schedule also,
Hmm.
mostly Saturdays. But this month, September, we are playing in one of the Fridays in Roadhouse, and also in September 10 in Roadhouse Saturday. And we have this gig right now acoustically in Alabang Country Club. There is this place called Golfers Veranda, where they set up a stage for acoustic, and we play there every not every Friday, every other Fridays. So
Right.
that's the place. At the moment, we're still checking the out of towns and negotiating with it. So I really cannot announce anything yet. But at
Right.
the moment, those regular gigs only.
Right. So,
Okay.
Jerome, what's your message to the viewers of this video and people who's going to listen to this podcast?
Oh, first and foremost, please support Channa 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 on his podcast. I'm so glad and lucky because I was featured here, and I'm so happy with this advocacy of Channa Channa to to share the world, every culture and every musicians uh, roaming around this universe. So, I mean, we support each other. Please support the podcast. Support our music. You can go to our YouTube channel, to our social media accounts, and play our music. Maybe some of those can touch your hearts. And then, of course, let's make the scene healthy, especially in the Philippine music scene. Let's make it healthy, and please go to the concerts. Please buy the records, buy their merch, and support your fellow Filipino musicians. Because that's the one who's missing right now. They're more on BTS and etc. Sorry for that. So I mean, they're more on the foreign, foreign musicians and the Korean stuffs. I hope that you also balance it with Filipino musicians. That's the point there. I have nothing against those artists; they're good, but you should promote your own culture. That's
Right.
what I'm trying to say. And please support Solo Bros in their music journey. My kids, they're trying so hard to give you good music, and and give you the music of your generation also. Just click and like the social medias of Solo Bros and also my social media, and try to connect with us if you have questions, if you have suggestions. We are open to listen. That's the good thing right now, because of this social media we can communicate even though that we don't know each other.
Right.
So let's make use of it.
Right. Jerome, anybody you want to shout out to?
Oh, I'd like to shout out to I'd like to say hi to my kids, Solo Bros. So keep it up. And of course, my friends out there who's listening on this podcast or watching on this podcast, thank you so much for your continued support. And hope that we can see you around and see you on our shows. Uh, and also, I'd like to shout out to my friends in America, Sir Phil, Sir Horacio, Mom Grace, and everybody there. Hope to see you soon. And all of my friends who supporting us, Ate Mary from Hong Kong. Um, I cannot mention them all, but you know who you are. Thank you so much for supporting the band and also sharing the contents of our YouTube channel. And to all the people who's listening and watching right now, please do support Jerome Abalos channel on YouTube and check those videos. We upload videos almost every week, so I hope you enjoy a lot of stuffs there, a lot of kinds of genres that plays there, and and also the originals. Try to check our originals because a lot of people are asking if we have original stuffs. I told them just check the channel and look for this.
Hmm.
So especially the Death by Stereo, the Majesty thing, and also the Dark Orchestra thing, and also some of the solo bros are uploaded there in my YouTube channel. So that's all I think, and hope you're having a nice day. Break a leg, everybody.
So, Jerome, thanks for joining. It was a pleasure
Thank
to
you so
have you,
much.
and I really enjoyed this conversation. And
Thank you so much to you.
looking forward to seeing you live again.
Yes.
And I really like to like expose also my son and the family to because yeah, it's very inspiring when I see your kids play, and that's why I
Thank
bought my
you.
son for the last show. So he gets inspiration as well from that. So thanks for doing that, and then
Thank
all
you.
the best with your plans.
Thank you so much, and more power to you, my friend. And hope that this advocacy will grow and grow, so that a lot of people will understand what's the real meaning of music in this world. So keep on doing this, Chana Chana. Don't stop. Okay? We love you,
Thanks,
Pip.
Jerome. See you.
See you. See you.
See you.
Thank
Rock and
you.
roll.
More metal. Love you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.